Hi Asha, why are you looking so worried?
What should I tell you, dear? You know that at the end of each session, class 10 students are given a farewell party. Our worthy headmistress has given this duty to arrange this party to me and some of my teammates.
Asha, this sounds very good.
And my teammates have also made a list of food items selected by class 10 students.
All is said, so what is the cause of worry?
The problem is that this list of food items is giving me goosebumps. How can I order food by looking at this list? I just don't understand it. Moreover, based on the tests conducted throughout the year, I have to classify these 10th class students into groups because on its basis, students will go on stage to collect certificates from the headmistress.
That is it. We can do all this very easily with the help of mathematics. Let's just go to Jasmeet ma'am's class. We will certainly find solution to this problem.
Asha and Natasha, that's the only problem. We will find solution to this quickly. An interesting thing is, today I am also going to teach the same topic, that is data handling. Now first of all, let us understand what is data. Just a collection of numbers? No, certainly not. If we are studying some situation and we collect some numbers or information related to the situation, then that is called data. But data is of no use to anybody if it is not organized properly. In class 7, you have studied how to make bar graph, double bar graphs and pictographs. And where have you seen all these? On TV, in textbooks, in magazines, etc. In this class, we are going to study how to make histogram and pie chart. And by doing this, we are going to solve Asha and Natasha's problem also. Now let us first look at the data collected by Asha. This is the list of food items selected by 45 different students of class 10 out of the options they were given. And this is the average marks obtained by these children. This unorganized form of data is called raw data. To draw meaningful inferences, we need to organize the data systematically. Let us try to organize this data. First of all, let us look at the list of different food items opted by students of class 10. Let us make columns like this. First of all, we will write food item, then tally marks, then number of students. So the first food item is chole bhature. So we will make a tally mark in front of chole bhature. Then comes dosa. Now make a tally mark in front of dosa. Then the next entry is that of rajma chawal. So we make a tally mark in front of rajma chawal. Then comes pav bhaji. Make a tally mark in front of pav bhaji. Then again pav bhaji. So make another tally mark. Then comes dosa, dosa, dosa and again dosa. So it is coming 4 times. Now children, if we make tally marks for this, 4 lines can come like this. But remember, the 5th tally mark will come like this. So children, in this way, we will complete this table and then write number of students in front of each food item. Children, check the total number of students. Does it come out to be equal to 45? It is very important. So Asha, I hope now food choices of students are clear to you. Now you can order food items for your students easily. Can you tell which is the most liked food item? Yes, it is dosa. And which is the least liked food item? It is chole bhature. Only 6 students like it. Now let us help Asha and try to group students according to their score in the tests conducted throughout the year. For this, we have to group their average scores. So let us make a table. In first column, let us write class intervals. 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and so on. Any class interval has two class limits, lower class limit and upper class limit. Like in class interval 20 to 30, 20 is the lower class limit and 30 it is the upper class limit. Children, for all class intervals, difference between lower class limit and upper class limit is same and this is called width or size of the class interval. Like in this case, width of class interval is 20 minus 10 is equal to 10. Now let us look at our raw data. Here our smallest observation is 33. So we don't need to take 0 to 10, 10 to 20 and 20 to 30 class intervals. We can directly start from 30 to 40. Let us make grouped frequency distribution table. In the first column, we will write class intervals, in the second telemarks and in the third frequency. Children, here the student who has least number of marks has the marks equal to 33. So first telemark will be made in front of 30 to 40. Then the next score is 42. Children, its value lies between 40 and 50. So we'll make a telemark in front of 40 to 50. The next score is 97. Its value lies between 90 and 100. So its telemark will be in front of 90 to 100. What is the next value? The next value is 85. So the telemark will be in front of 80 to 90. Now the next score is 80. Children, where will you make the telemark for this? In front of 80 to 90 or 70 to 80? To remove this dilemma, we have a rule. What is the rule? The rule is that lower class limit is included in a class interval but not the upper class limit. So the telemark for 80 will be in front of 80 to 90. So children, complete this table. Check that sum of all frequencies should be 45. Now let us make a graph for this. We will represent class intervals along the horizontal axis and number of students along the vertical axis. Children, our groups are starting from 30 to 40. So we will show them like this. You can see that I have drawn this jagged line or kink on horizontal axis. This jagged line shows that we are not showing numbers between 0 and 30. Now let us draw bars corresponding to different class intervals on this graph paper. Frequency corresponding to first class interval is 2. So let us draw a bar which starts from 30, ends at 40 and whose height is 2. Frequency for class interval for 40 to 50 is 7. So we will draw a bar which extends from 40 till 50 and a height of 7 units. Now draw bars for other class intervals on your own. Is this a bar graph? Now here we have drawn bars but there are no gaps between them. So this is called a histogram. So children, raw data collected by Asha can be clearly seen here. So if Asha has to buy trophies for children scoring 80 or more than 80 marks, then how many trophies she will buy? She will buy 12 trophies. Children, look at this graph. What kind of a graph is this? This is a histogram. What is its class width? Yes, it is 1. What does this histogram show? It shows the number of hours for which students watch TV every day. For how many hours did the maximum number of students watch TV? In the histogram, the tallest bar shows 32 students, and these students watch TV for 4 to 5 hours. So our answer is 4 to 5 hours. Children, how many students watched TV for 5 or more than 5 hours? More than 5 hours means it can be 6, 6.5 or anything closer to 7. So the number of students will be 8 plus 6 is equal to 14. How many students watch TV for less than 4 hours? Children, think about it and try it yourself. Children, I am going to give you a very interesting assignment. Collect data regarding the weight of any 30 people. These can be anyone, your relatives, friends, neighbors. Make a grouped frequency distribution table for this data and draw a histogram. Children, do you know how to draw a circle? Look at this picture. This is a sweet dish called pie, and from top its boundary looks like a circle. Can you see the pie has been divided into different parts? Children, we are going to do something which is related to this. It is called pie chart or circle graph. Let us do this with the help of an example. Look at the given data. On a particular day, the sales of different items of a baker's shop are given below. Ordinary bread, 320 rupees. Fruit bread, 80 rupees. Cakes and pastries, 160 rupees. Biscuits, 120 rupees. And others, 40 rupees. And what is the total sale? It is 720 rupees. Draw a pie chart or circle graph for this data. A pie chart represents the relationship between a whole and its parts. Let us find out that the sale of any item is what part of total sales. Now if you look at the ordinary bread, its sale is 320 rupees, whereas total sale is 720 rupees. So if you try to find the fraction 320 divided by 720, it is equal to 4 upon 9. So the sale of ordinary bread is 4 upon 9th part of the total sale. What about biscuits? Its sale is 120 rupees, and in fraction it comes out to be equal to 1 upon 6. Cakes and pastries, its sale is 160 rupees, and if you try to find out its fraction, it is 2 upon 9. For fruit bread, the fraction comes out to be equal to 1 upon 9. And what about others? Its fraction is 1 upon 18. Children, these fractions tell us what is the relationship between parts and a whole. So let us draw a circle. What is the measure of full angle made at center? It is 360 degree. Now we will divide this circle into different sectors which will represent the sales of different items. But children, how will we know that for which item, how big should be the sector? Now size of a sector depends on the central angle of that sector. Look at this table. If sale of ordinary bread is 4 upon 9th of the total sale, then the central angle corresponding to this item is 4 upon 9 into 360 degree, that is 160 degree. Similarly, if we have to draw a sector for sale of biscuits, how will we find it? Take fraction corresponding to it, 1 upon 6 multiplied by 360 degree. We get 60 degree. Now for cakes and pastries, fraction is 2 upon 9. Multiplied by 360 degree, we will get 80 degree. And what about fruit bread? Try to find it. You will get 40 degree. And for others, it is 20 degree. Now draw a radius in the circle we took. Use your protractor and draw an angle of 160 degree. Then, using this arm of the angle as the base, draw an angle of 60 degree. Now using the next arm as the base, draw an angle of 80 degree. Now draw an angle of 40 degree. The rest of the sector will have a central angle of 20 degree. You can confirm this with the help of a protractor. So children, the sector of 160 degree represent ordinary bread. The sector of 60 degree central angle represent biscuits. The sector of 80 degree represents cakes and pastries. 40 degree represents fruit bread and 20 degree represents others. So we have got a pie chart. Now look at this pie chart. This pie chart gives the marks scored in the examination by a student in English, Mathematics, Social Science, Hindi and Science. If the total marks obtained by the students is 540, answer the following questions. In which subject he has got maximum marks? Now children, the biggest sector of the circle represents maths. So the student has got maximum marks in maths. In which subject he has got minimum marks? Yes, it is English. How many marks he has scored in Hindi? Children, you can see sector corresponding to Hindi has a central angle of 70 degree. So this will give us a fraction 70 degree upon 360 degree, which is equal to 7 upon 36. Now 7 upon 36 into 540, it gives us 105 marks. So the score obtained in Hindi is 105 marks. I am sure you will find score of other subjects also. So children, today we have studied how by organizing data we can analyze information and we can also draw pie charts and histograms. Let us now discuss chance and probability. Children, I'll tell you what happened in the morning. Today it was very cloudy in the morning. So when I started for work, I carried my umbrella. But somehow it came out to be a very shiny and bright day. But I had to carry my umbrella all through the day. Isn't it a chance? Has it ever happened to you that you prepared 4 chapters out of the 5 chapters of the syllabus, but all the questions or most of the questions came from the 5th chapter? Isn't it a chance? Yes. In daily life, we come across various situations where the chance of something happening or not happening is quite different. But here in this chapter, we are going to study only those experiments in which the chance of different things happening is same. Now let us talk about a coin. It has 2 faces, head and tail. Now before tossing a coin, can you tell certainly whether head will come or tail? No. That is why throwing a coin is called a random experiment. Head or tail are the outcomes of the experiment which have an equal chance. Can you think of some other experiment which is a random experiment? What about throwing a die? It is also a random experiment where we do not know the outcome before throwing the die. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are its equally possible or equally likely outcomes. One or more outcomes of an experiment form an event. Now let us discuss what is probability. Probability of an event is equal to number of outcomes that make an event divided by total number of outcomes of the experiment, where the outcomes are equally likely. So if we talk about a coin, since both of its outcomes are equally likely, so probability of getting a head is equal to 1 upon 2. Similarly, probability of getting a tail, it is equal to 1 upon 2. So if somebody asks what is the probability of getting 2 after throwing a die, it will be equal to 1 upon 6 because there are 6 equally likely outcomes and this is only one out of them. Now suppose you have a spinning wheel with 3 green sectors, 1 blue sector and 1 red sector. What is the probability of getting a sector which is not blue in color? Children, think about it and do it yourself. Children, let us do a few multiple choice questions and with the help of them, recapitulate the chapter. Question number 1. A graph which uses pictures to represent data is called a dash. You have 4 options: A. Bar graph, B. Pictograph, C. Histogram and D. None of these. So what is the right answer? The right answer is pictograph. Question number 2. If you throw a die, what is the total number of equally likely outcomes? You have 4 options: A. 3, B. 4, C. 5, D. 6. So what is the total number of outcomes here? It is 6. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Question number 3. What is the lower class limit for class interval 20 to 30? You have 4 options: A. 20, B. 30, C. 25 and D. None of these. So what is the right answer? The right answer is 20. Question number 4. What is the difference between upper class limit and lower class limit of a class interval called? You have 3 options: A. Width, B. Height and C. Length. So what is the right answer, children? It is width. Let us do a few fill in the blanks. First part. Dash represents the number of times a particular entry occurs in the data. What is the answer? The answer is frequency. B part. A dash represents the relationship between a whole and its parts. So what will be the answer here? It is pie chart. C part. Tossing a coin has dash possible outcomes. Children, can you tell me the answer? Yes, it is 2. Which are the 2 outcomes? Head or tail? So children, I hope you have enjoyed the chapter. And just like Asha and Natasha, you will also use this knowledge to solve problems of your daily life. Thank you and have a nice day.